Hey guys, this is Spotlight Spy with a background overview before we watch the Oscars. Let's do a preliminary conversation about the Oscars that are coming on tomorrow night. I'm going to tell you where you can watch it, who's hosting it, what the host is saying he's going to do about covering all of last year's stuff. Um, let's talk about Chris Rock and Will Smith and what the aftermath will possibly be tomorrow night. And behind the scenes drama with Priscilla Presley and Riley and the Elvis movie, and who and how and what will be representing from that camp and why. And I'm not going to go over any of the nominees. I have another video for that. I'm going to link it at the end of this video so you guys can watch at least the Best Picture nominees. I have a breakdown of that. And if you want to watch any of the learn more or a deeper dive into the current Presley drama, you can see my last video in which I am breaking down what happened and what has led up to where we are now in regards to them. So let's just start off with, it's on tomorrow night. Let's see, March, oh goodness, let me just make sure. You know why I think it's a good thing for me to do a video on where and when to watch the Oscars? Because it is so hard to find it online. Okay, so because for instance, I went to the Oscars website. It's just so convoluted, and now I'm going to the ABC website and it's so convoluted. Okay, let's see. Live Sunday, March 12th on ABC at 8 p.m. Eastern. Watch it on ABC. It's also streaming on some other channels. And this year it's going to be hosted by Jimmy Kimmel. And Jimmy Kimmel, finally, we have a host back. And I don't understand the reason why we kind of stopped doing the host thing. I feel like it's been part of the whole morphing of these award shows. And what I think, didn't it start with Kevin Hart and a tweet? Well, and then I think because he tweeted something that wasn't politically correct, then he wasn't, and I'm getting off on a tangent because I'm not following this, but as far as hosting is concerned, host, and then it turned into this whole hostless thing, and then it became like a threesome thing, but still very discombobulated and out of joint. So the fact that they're bringing back a host, an actual host, and Jimmy Kimmel is fabulous at it. So I am thrilled that it's Jimmy Kimmel. He is one of my favorite late night TV show hosts, and I think he'll handle it really well. He's already come
Here we are
he's
with
already
with
come
that
out
big
and started
shoes to
talking
fill. When do
about
you think
the
you'll
things that
address
he may or
it
may
at
not talk
all?
It's got to
about.
come
He
up in
did
some
say that
way.
he
I don't
will
want to
have,
really make
he
light of
will
it
handle
necessarily
and
because
address the elephant
comedians,
in the room,
comedians are
which was
mad about
last
it.
year's Will Smith slapping Chris Rock on the stage. And due to that, I also know that the Academy Awards has developed a crisis control unit that will be part of the Academy Awards, I guess, from now and moving forward. So, amazingly so, the live audience, a live show, didn't have any crisis prevention. Of course, nobody would have guessed that someone would get up on the stage and slap someone, um, especially, you know, people that were nominated for best male actor, which I don't even know if this year we're even going to say male or female, but we shall see how that goes. Because you know that's going to change. That's probably going to change. Not this year, but I don't know. But so, and that's another thing with Will Smith. There, I don't know who's going to fill in for him as far as presenting the best actress, because that's how it goes. If you get the best actor, then the next year you present. And I know there, since he's been banned for 10 years, There have been some tweets talking about it. Wouldn't it be funny if Chris Rock did it? And it would be interesting. I mean, I think they should. I mean, if they chose that and he decided to do that, I think it would be fair. Because I mean, hand holding Will Smith, as far as I'm concerned, that that should have ended, and it should have ended right after everybody got over the shock during the program and stopped sitting around thinking, oh, he, of course, he was protecting his wife. He was standing up for his wife. And so everybody was, at that time, I think, trying to make concessions for him, because I honestly think that most people were stunned and just didn't understand what he did. I did. I watched it live, so we couldn't even believe it. I had to stop and rewind. I rewound it, and we realized it was a gap. So then I got on Twitter, and I searched real quickly to find somebody in another country, which I did, who played the whole thing. So I was able to catch it within about 5 minutes after it happened. Luckily so, and I'm like, oh my goodness, he slapped him. He really did. So, and Chris Rock has come out now with the special on Netflix, and it was funny. It was really good. I'm glad he finally addressed the slap from Will Smith. I think as a businessman, that was a really smart move. He waited a whole year. I mean, this is a smarter move than the Harry Meghan thing with their whole, let's, talk about how victimized we were by the entire royal family and have had to run and hide in, our multi-million-dollar mansion in California while we do our worldwide privacy tour. But that's, and their Netflix special on how they've been brutalized by their family and his family and all of that. But I think Chris played his hand well as far as his Netflix show, and just before the Oscars. So what that's done is open the door and give permission for, I guess, everybody to talk about it, and especially for the host of the Oscars, Jimmy Kimmel, to talk about it. So he will, and that's a good thing. So, curious to see how that goes. It really is just going to probably be a light joke or two. Maybe some other actors might mention it or so, but that's pretty much probably going to put it under the rug. Because, I believe Will has apologized, and, how much can you beat this guy up over what happened? Because he seems really upset with himself, and that there's just really nothing you can do. It was unfortunate behavior overall. But then we've got on to the next topic, which is what's going on with the Presleys and Lisa Marie. As far as not Lisa Marie, but who will be representing from the Presley family for the Elvis movie that's been nominated with 8 nominations. Austin Butler for Best Actor, which so many people are vying for him for. He spent 2 years preparing for this role, and I think years working on it, because I think this was another one of those films that they did during and through COVID, and up for Best Picture as well, which I don't know, but I think he's a really strong contender for Best Actor. And so far, we had the last we saw of the awards and everything for this. It was Lisa Marie Presley just 2 days before she passed away with the Golden Globes, which and then she passed away, and then of course Priscilla then contested the will, and now she and Riley are not on speaking terms. I have a whole video of that you can watch that would give you more of a deep dive into what is going on between them. The unfortunate suit over the Elvis Presley's estate and the trust in which Lisa Marie Presley has left it to Riley and Benjamin, but now it's Riley, and Priscilla has is contesting this will and saying it's a fraud. So we really didn't know what was going on between the two of them. Then come to find out, it doesn't appear that they'll be walking on the red carpet together, or they'll be appearing in the same place together. And so that is very unfortunate because, uh, all of it. I do, there's lots of conversation about it, and I am curious to see. I feel like there is so much said about Priscilla trying to keep the estate from Riley. Priscilla, the ex-wife, trying to keep the estate from Riley, the grandchild, the blood grandchild of Elvis Presley, who's 33 years old. And I'm curious to see what will happen when she actually comes to the table and we see what's going on in the court proceedings, and if there's anything that's going to salvage her reputation. I know right now Riley is, she's in the middle of doing things. She had a baby. She just had Daisy Jones and the Six come out. That's a 10-part series on Amazon Prime. If you go to Priscilla's Instagram, you will see nothing about Riley's projects or shows, or this is a huge deal for Riley, what she just did. Coming out with this, singing for the first time as Elvis Presley's granddaughter. Lots of pressure on her. Her mother was a singer, but the granddaughter of Elvis Presley, there's a lot of pressure, I would think, for that. And you look on Priscilla's Instagram, all you see is just her talking about her own Elvis Netflix cartoon that's coming out with Matthew McConaughey, where she plays the voice of herself in that. It's not like she's not promoting things, because she's promoting Navarone stuff and Dem Guns, his band stuff. So really, really weird that as the grandmother, and especially after her granddaughter's mother passed away, she's no one, that she is the matriarch. Riley's lost her mother, and she just has this big thing coming out, and Priscilla can't even step aside. It's like, are you feuding? I mean, is there something about the trust that you're trying to actually do for a business reason that none of us can see up front, and that we're about to find out once this comes out in court? But if so, even if you're business aside, put the business over here and deal with the trust and who's running the trust and all that, but still be the grandmother that can be proud of the accomplishments of the granddaughter, and promote her. So, and I know that there's a history, I think, of she and Lisa Marie not talking for several years. I think it had been a while, just before the Golden Globes and before her death, that they hadn't been on good speaking terms. And so I didn't know that fell over to Riley as well. So it's a sad thing. I don't know what's going on over there, but I am rooting for Riley to prevail in this trust situation, and I am completely 100% disagreeing that the amendment that Lisa Marie added to her will is a fraud. Good luck with that one, Priscilla. I don't know. This is just an unfortunate thing. So anyhow, that's what we've got going on in the Oscars. Lots of drama behind the scenes. I did a video that you can watch, as far as where you can watch, and a little bit of an overview, a little bit of my own review of what I thought of the Best Pictures nominees and where you can watch them. It's a little bit dated, but it pretty much covers where you can watch them and a little bit of what I thought of them. I think I'm going to go with The Banshees of Inisherin. Was my favorite out of all of them. I did watch Women Talking recently, because that hadn't been free until just up to now. That was okay. I don't know. I do think Austin Butler should get the Best Picture. I don't think I have anything else glaring. If you guys have any comments about anything that I've talked about, what you're anticipating, I do. I'm going to watch as I do every year, live from the red carpet. So that usually starts at 3 on Entertainment Channel. If you guys do that, that's fun. They probably stream it somewhere online as well. But anyhow, thanks for watching. Happy Oscar time. Likes, comments below. Talk to you guys later.